Never save money. Those were the first words my grandfather ever told me. I was completely shocked. Isn't that what everyone tells us? Save money, save for the future. But my grandfather just smiled and said, "No, don't just save it. Make it grow." And then he told me a story. In a small village, there lived a young man named Salman. The villagers called him lazy because he never seemed to work. He'd just sit under a big tree all day, dreaming. One day I'll open a shop. He'd think, one day I'll buy cows. One day I'll be rich. But that one day never seemed to arrive. He was just a dreamer. At first, people laughed at him, but eventually they just felt sad for him. Meanwhile, Salman's mother worked tirelessly at home cooking, cleaning, holding the family together. One evening, she told him gently, "Dreams are beautiful, son, but they can't fill our stomachs. We need to work." Salman would just nod and say, "Someday I'll find a way." Days turned into months, and months into years. Life got harder, there was less food, and the money was nearly gone. One night, Salman's little sister came to him. She was barefoot, thin, and so hungry. "Brother," she asked softly, "do we have any bread?" His mother opened the cupboard, but it was empty. No bread, no rice, nothing. A sharp pain went through Salman's heart. That night, he finally understood. Dreams alone can't feed a family. He couldn't sleep. His stomach was empty, but his mind was heavy with guilt. The very next morning, Salman did something he had never done before. He went out to find work. He became a field hand. The sun was scorching, the work was brutal, and his body ached every single night. He'd come home exhausted, and his mother would prepare what little food they had, maybe a few beans, a tortilla or two. His sister would ask, "Brother, what did you earn today?" He'd show her the few coins. It was something, but it was never enough. Money came in, and it went right back out. The roof still leaked, and the family was still hungry. Saving felt impossible. One day, Salman overheard some men talking at the village store. "The secret is saving money," one said. "When you save, you are safe." That night, Salman found an old glass jar and hid it under his bed. Every week, he dropped in a few coins. Clink, clink. The sound gave him a little spark of hope. When his sister found the jar, she asked what it was. Salman smiled and told her, "This is our tomorrow." Saving was hard. He wore his old shoes until they fell apart. He never bought new clothes. Sometimes their dinner plates were almost empty, but he kept adding coins to the jar. His mother would ask, "What good is money in a jar if we're starving?" But he just said, "One day you'll understand." Months passed, and the jar finally became full. Salman felt proud, secure, ready. He took the jar to the market and poured the coins onto the counter. "I want to buy 3 sacks of corn," he said. But the shopkeeper just shook his head. "Prices have gone up. This will only buy you 1.5 sacks." Salman was devastated. All that saving, all that sacrifice, and his money had lost its value. He felt that heavy weight on his shoulders again. That evening, he sat outside watching his neighbors pass by. One carried fresh eggs, another had a jug of milk. They looked so peaceful. And then an idea sparked in his mind. He turned to his sister and asked, "What if we buy some chickens?" This time, he didn't just dream. He acted. He took what was left of his savings and bought a few scrawny chickens. His sister laughed and ran around them, shouting, "Brother, now we have our own egg factory." At first, they found just one egg a day, then two. They ate some and sold the others. With the money they earned, they bought another chicken. Slowly, their little flock grew, and slowly, their money grew too. Salman kept a little notebook tracking every egg sold, every coin earned. Soon, neighbors were lining up to buy their fresh eggs. Their little house, once so quiet and sad, was now filled with hope. Salman finally felt a real sense of pride. He was still working hard, but now he was building his own future. One day, holding an egg in his hand, he told his sister, "This egg is more powerful than a jar full of money. Money can run out. Money can lose its value. But when you use money to build something, it grows, just like life." His sister hugged him tight. "So, you're not lazy anymore?" Salman smiled, with tears in his eyes. "No," he said. "I learned the most important lesson. Never just save money. Make money grow." From that day on, he shared his wisdom with everyone. Saving money is like trying to hold water in your hands. It always slips away. But if you use it to build something, even something small, you can change your entire life. That was his greatest lesson. Never just save, invest, grow. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to Soul Cry for more stories that touch the heart.